biggest concrete step that can be taken is to each of us and within our networks and spheres of influence to get every single member of Congress to commit to taking no PAC money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a very practical thing that can happen right now.
Yes. Yep.
It's not going to take legislation. It takes the will of the people putting pressure on those who haven't yet made that decision for themselves. Legislatively and constitutionally, we need to take action to end Citizens United.
Yeah. Yep.
And the third thing I would add, there's a laundry list that we need to go through if we talk about campaign finance reform, ending the corruption in government. I'm working on legislation to address this right now, to address things like James talked about with the revolving door with members of Congress and lobbyists, kind of churning through those who benefit from these industries, people who are working in the military one day writing contracts and the next day retiring and working for the company that they wrote the contract for. Members of Congress doing the same thing, writing legislation that impacts a certain industry, leaving and then going and making over $1 million a year working for that same industry or that same company. Members of Congress who invest in stocks that they benefit from by passing certain pieces of legislation. So there's a lot of different facets to decorrupting our government and focusing it back on the people. But to your question, I think that first, simplest, most impactful thing is ratcheting up the pressure on those who are continuing to be dependent on money from PACs rather than being dependent on contributions from individuals who are taking ownership, saying, hey, yes, I believe in you as my leader, so I'm willing to give you $5 because I'm invested in this collective enterprise.
Right.